In today's video, I'm sharing with you a real life story on how to attract life partner with the help of Feng Shui. This story, it's not mine, it's not personal, but it happened to someone. And today I will tell you exactly what happened and how this lady manifested and attracted her life partner. This story is just a proof that sometimes energy is what is actually preventing us in manifesting what we want in life. This story is also a proof that you need to make and create space for what you want to manifest in your life. In any area of your life, you need to make sure that your energy is aligned with your wish, and in the same time, sometimes you should create actually a physical space for that person or for that thing to manifest in your life. All right, so let's start. This story happened to the lady which was in her 40s, right? And she was basically happy and content with her life. She had certain things sorted out. She had a great health condition. She was happy with herself. She had a great career. She had her own living space, and she was basically happy with all the life areas, except the fact that she was by herself. So what she wanted and what she still didn't get was basically someone to share a life with. Right? So she didn't have a partner and she didn't have basically a man in her life. One day she came across a Feng Shui consultant, and they were talking about everything, and the consultant suggested her to come and to visit her living space and to see how the energy is in that space. So she accepted because basically she was already worried that she gonna stay alone until the rest of her life, and she didn't know what she is doing wrong and why the only thing that is basically missing in her life is just not happening. So she accepted and she invited Feng Shui consultant in her home, and the person came and was checking the apartment, and apartment was big, very big for one person, and apartment was nice and everything, but he told her the following. He told her there is no space for that man. And she was very confused and she didn't understand what he's talking about, because she thought that she has more than enough room. I mean, it's a big apartment and there is more than enough space clearly for two people. But he started to speak about the situation in that apartment. So basically he came, he opened every single drawer and her wardrobe and every piece of furniture that was containing stuff. And what he saw was that all these things are basically full of items, full of clothing, full of, you know, accessories, just everything was full of stuff. And he said, first of all, if you want to manifest and attract someone to live with you here, what was her wish actually, in that case, you need to simply make a space for that person. Because right now, what you are doing, you are sending the signal into universe that you already have everything and that you don't need anyone. Because when we open every single closet that you have, we see that there is no empty space. So basically, if someone comes in tomorrow, you don't have anywhere to accommodate the stuff of that person, right? It makes sense, no? So it made totally sense what he was talking about, because actually her apartment was full of stuff. She even had the items that she's not using, and they're just, you know, keeping the space occupied. She had a lot of clothes that she's not wearing anymore, so she could easily remove that clothes and make space in one part of the wardrobe for another person. So there was many things that she could do, but she didn't even think about it, right? So basically her space was sending the energy, I already got everything that I need. I don't have a room for anyone else to live here. So how I gonna accommodate that person if he shows up tomorrow? All right, so another thing was the consultant asked the lady if she is looking for a man that is established and has a successful career and has his own car and stuff like that. And she said yes, of course, that she would love to have that kind of man in her life. And he also checked the garage, and the situation in garage was very similar, because she wanted to attract someone who has his own car, but in that garage, unfortunately, wasn't enough space for another car. For the exactly same reason, the lady kept her car in the garage, but also the other half of the garage was full of furniture, items, things that she doesn't need. You know how usually people, when they don't need something in the apartment, just keep it in the garage. So she was doing exactly the same thing, all right? So the entire apartment, together with her garage, was sending out the message, my life is full, it's complete, there is no need for anything else here. So he suggested, and he told her, start clearing your space. Start removing, donating, throwing anything that you don't need here, and make the room for that person to come. So she listened to the advice, because really this was the last thing to do, and she never thought about it on that way. So she listened and she removed everything. She cleared out the garage, and apparently after a few months the person showed up, and today she is happily living with someone else in that apartment. All right? So this is the real life story about how you can actually manifest a person or attract something in your life, but just simply making a space for it, right? Because sometimes our environment has the issue and it's creating an issue for us. Whenever we keep the stuff that we don't need and we don't use, what is this doing? This is actually creating energetic blockages. This is preventing new opportunities, new people, more money, more time to enter your life. You are just blocking yourself from attracting what you want, but being surrounded by the things that you don't need. You don't understand that all these things that you keep in your home, in your living space, that you don't need and you don't use and you don't wear, they are clutter, right? They are nothing else than clutter, and you keep them there as a part of your storage. But once you get rid of those things, what happens? You attract new energy. You attract fresh energy. You attract something that you're gonna use, need, love, or wear. And this is what usually happens when people start to removing stuff that they don't need from their life. They attract new things into their life, right? So think about this. Maybe you are in a similar situation. Maybe you want to attract something, but you are just your life or your space, it's full of the things that you don't need and they don't belong there anymore. Or you simply have, like this lady, apartment that doesn't have a space for another person. So create that space today, and you'll see how the universe is gonna respond. And I'm sure that you're gonna see very, very positive improvements in your life. All right, this is it for today's video. If you want to know how to feng shui your entire home or business space, visit takafengshui.com. If you are interested to learn more about modern feng shui, my personal experiences and stories, please subscribe to this channel, because every single week new videos are coming out. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one.